A respected aviator and mentor, Major Mary Cameron Kelly has been a military pilot since 1992. Over the course of her trailblazing RCAF career, she has logged nearly all her flying time on the CP-140 Aurora and has flown more hours on it than any pilot, a remarkable accomplishment in Canadian military aviation. Born in North Sydney, Nova Scotia in 1962, Mary Cameron's inspiration to fly began with NASA's Apollo program. She joined the 562 branch of the Air Cadets and dreamed of becoming a military pilot or astronaut. After graduating high school in 1991, she immediately enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The military had only just permitted women to fly, and it was running its 4th winter trials. Mary applied unsuccessfully. Undeterred, she opted to train as an airframe technician and was assigned to 14 Wing, Canadian Forces Base Greenwood in Nova Scotia. She worked mainly on the Aurora, which only increased her desire to fly. She reapplied twice more for this winter trials, again unsuccessfully. If the military would not let her fly, Mary decided to do so herself. In 1982, she started taking private lessons, and upon earning her private pilot's license, she entered the 1985 Webster Memorial Trophy competition for Best Amateur Pilot in Canada, placing runner-up. It was during this period that she met her future husband, Jim Kelly. They married in 1986 and together built a life, sharing responsibility of caring for their children, Cameron and Amanda, with their 2 careers. As a skilled airframe technician, Mary was solicited to become an airframe instructor. She served with 404 Maritime Patrol and Training Squadron until the end of 1988, when she again applied to become an Air Force pilot, this time successfully. With her uniform now sporting a new set of wings, in 1992, Mary became the first female Aurora pilot in the Canadian Air Force, one of several firsts in her career. After advancing from first officer to aircraft captain in 1994, Mary then progressed to her appointment as the first female Maritime Patrol crew commander. She was also the first female pilot instructor on the Aurora. Until mid-1996, Mary served with 405 Maritime Patrol Squadron. A stint at 404 Squadron soon followed, after which she returned to 405 Squadron. In 2003, she deployed as part of Canada's contribution to Operation Apollo during the international campaign against terrorism. When the mission was completed, Mary flew the last Aurora home to Canada. She returned to Greenwood and 404 Squadron until heading to the United Kingdom on exchange in 2009, where she had the opportunity to fly the Hawker Siddeley Nimrod MR2, making her the last Canadian to do so. Mary was back in Canada in 2010, continuing to serve with both 404 and 405 squadrons. She has now flown more hours on the Aurora than any other Canadian pilot. Many of these hours flown were as a pilot and crew commander, during which she has conducted countless missions ranging from surveillance, fishery patrols, and search and rescue flights, to drug interdiction missions, anti-submarine patrols, and major exercises flown in Canada, across the United States, and throughout Europe. As an instructor, she has taught various subjects in ground school, and has delivered flying and simulator instruction to over 160 new students, putting through an average of 8 students per year. With a life spent living her dream of working in aviation, it is perhaps unsurprising that Mary has worked to share her love of flying with others. She has been a mentor to many, both in and out of uniform. She was an early member of the Canadian Women in Aviation Conference. She is an active member of the Canadian 99s, and remains committed to the Air Cadet League of Canada. Mary also volunteers with the Girl Guides and at school career days, where she has been a lifelong proponent of a career in the RCAF. Mary's contributions have been recognized both professionally and outside the military. She received the Progress Women of Excellence Award in 2007 by the Annapolis Valley Chamber of Commerce, was honored on a Canadian 99 stamp, and was named one of the top 20 women in defense in 2019. She has also received the Elsie McGill Award in the Pioneering category. To mark her career with the Air Force, she is now the subject of one of the Greenwood Museum's aviation paintings commemorating Operation Apollo. As a trailblazing pilot in the RCAF, Mary Cameron Kelly now has over 8,800 hours of military flying, with 8,500 hours on the Aurora aircraft. Combining her time in service with her civilian flying, she has flown over 9,000 hours. Mary marvels at how a life spent in military aviation has helped her fulfill so many of her childhood dreams. Maybe that is why she remains a true ambassador for Canadian aviation. She hopes that her career continues to influence and inspire young men, and especially young women, to consider a career in aviation, to show them that having a family and an exciting career is possible, that with hard work and perseverance, you can do it all. For her pioneering career in military aviation with the Royal Canadian Air Force, including 3 decades flying an unprecedented number of hours on the CP-140 Aurora, Mary Cameron Kelly was inducted into Canada's Aviation Hall of Fame in 2024.